All right, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Tuesday, March 26, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it today. So, not really much to get into again, though we are dipping down just a little bit here. You see the Qs coming in, the semis leading to the downside are the semiconductors. They're down about 25 basis points, which is really nothing. Taking a look at the range here on the SPX, and again, I said this yesterday, but outside of that first like 30 minutes and then the last 10 minutes, it's 52.21 here, 52.28. That's 7 points, guys. 7 for the entire day. What do we have here today? I mean, it's not much different. 52.25 to 52.35. I said this morning. It was going to be most likely a pin. You can see pretty clearly right here. That's where all that interest is, and it's likely where we're going to be unless there's a catalyst that pushes us away from that area. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of a tape bomb, just because how light the volume is. It doesn't take much money to move the market, and you could probably get a few people with puts, excited on the put side, and then rip it back up here. But I mean, take a look at the SPY here. 28.3 million. That's it. That is beyond holiday volume. It's lighter than holiday volume. It's like half day volume. And it is a holiday week, but I mean, this is pretty monotonous. So I don't want to spend too much time making a ton out of the price action because there isn't a lot to be made out of it. And the only people trading this market right now are computer algos and retail traders who are chasing stocks. And thinking that there's a lot to be made out of this, and there really isn't. So we had a big move here last week. We popped up into Thursday, and we're just cooling off from that. So nothing really to be made out of it. Could we tape bomb down to 52? It's certainly possible. It's going to look like a huge move, and you're going to get people calling for a crash immediately because it looks like a big move, but it's really only 25 points. The only reason it looks big is because we've been in this tight range for 3-4 days. Now if 52 fails, 51.90 fails, then things get a little bit more interesting, especially if it happens on volume. But right now this is a really quiet tape, and if you ask me, again, unless there's some catalyst coming around the corner that we don't know about, I don't know, maybe there's something comes out with the Baltimore bridge that it was China, cyber, I don't know, something crazy like that. Then maybe you could get more downside, I don't know, black swan type stuff. But right now what it looks like to me is the institution said we have a 4-day week this week, and we're not even going to show up to the office this week. So that's what it looks like to me. There's no institutional participation in that, which means I am taking it very light. We're in scalp mode in the trading room, and I'm not trying to overtrade this. If you can take some time off and relax, it's probably a lot better than trying to analyze every little tick here in these charts right now. But again, same thing I've been saying yesterday, nothing has really changed. 51.90, 52 are going to be support. As long as that holds, we're still bullish here in the short term. Triple Qs here up 38 cents today, although they are pulling back again along with the semis. So semis is kind of leading a little bit to the downside. Some of these stocks like AMD has definitely been under pressure. It is up today, but definitely on the softer side here. Broadcom down today. NVIDIA you see down there as well. It is slipping right now as we speak. SMCI green to about to be red here. It's only about $1, only up about $3 for SMCI, which is nothing. But we gapped up to 1100. Take a look at where it went to, right into this area here. That's where we broke down, gapped into it, and now we're kind of coming back in. So again, a little bit of weakness in the semis, but I mean, it's nothing to really write home about. I think Micron green, but no, not going to close above yesterday's high just yet. So maybe if that stalls out, then that forces some of those semis to come back in. Again, I don't think that the SMH would be holding up nearly as well as it is right now without those Micron earnings. But I would get not to say that it's like, horribly bearish or anything, but I do think that this run is kind of run its course here, at least for the time being. But in any case, markets are holding up. IWM here, again, fractionally higher, up 44 cents. Daily pattern, not bad. Good green bar, and now you're just pulling back here. If that can continue, that can go higher. Again, same thing on the weekly, big green bar, just consolidating inside of that, no problems there. For the Russell, the diamond here didn't quite get down. Looks like it got, yeah, it got really close to that 392.50 area, and just, this is the type of tape we're in. Like, if this was a normal tape, that would have hit yesterday, and it would have probably given you a good dip buy, at least for a day trade. And look, we can't even get to it. Like, that's how light the participation is. We can't even retest the levels that we should, because the participation is so low. But that's support right now. If it breaks, you got, where we broke out right here around 390, and then, the 50 MA and all these lows there. Again, I'm not making too much out of this. SMH, is holding up. It is red right now. Watching that for a possible lower high, but it's holding up. IGV up 41 cents. Again, look where it went today. Again, right into that top. Look at that, right into that top trend line. 1, 2 hits, and now we're backing off. So that's still resistance right now. And we're still inside of this little wedge, but it's going to have to pick, probably by end of quarter, right? So this would be, we got, what, 2 days left? So the 28th is the last day. So it's going to be right around end of quarter, beginning of month in April that this will likely have to pick. But either way, IGV hanging in there. Dow Transport's hanging in there. They were down today, but again, let's not make too much out of that. Weekly chart is still fine. Interest rates did back off a little bit. So there's the 2-year. Try and fix this here. There we go. So 2-year, it did back off a little bit of a sloppy pattern. So we had the attempted breakout candle, came back in on the FOMC. Now we're just kind of going sideways inside of that. You could make a case it's kind of a micro kind of bear pattern, but the problem is you have those higher lows. So right now, if it starts to firm back up, I don't think 4.7, 4.75 is going to hold if this tries to curl back up again. And the same thing with the 5s, although the 5s look a little bit stronger, as do the 10s. Again, big picture, nothing's really changed here. I still like this pattern a lot. On the 30-year as well, could it come back down here and test this again? It certainly could. But right now they're holding up okay. XHB, so home builders continuing to hold up 18 cents. Overbought, needs to pull back, but again, can still go higher. Nothing to say that it can't. VNQ here up 12 cents. Let's not make too much out of that either. It's holding the 100-day moving average, and the weekly time frame is still pretty bullish. XLF up 23 cents. Again, double top is holding for now. KRE on the weaker side. I don't like the weekly. KBE, a little bit on the weaker side, down just a penny. But again, weekly time frame is still okay on that one. And broker dealer is just a little bit of consolidation here. Again, I'm not making a lot out of this, guys. As you can see, I'm kind of going through it quickly because I don't want you to make a lot out of it, because there isn't anything to be made out of it. Till we see movement, until we see anything other than consolidation, you don't want to get caught into over analyzing light volume chop. Trust me on that. Oil here down 47 cents. Again, still inside of that green bar, and I'm still looking for 84.50, 85. So nothing has changed there on oil. XLE did back off a little bit. Again, it's overbought. So down 0.5%, excuse me, right into that double top. Let's just draw that in, because I didn't have that in yesterday. So it's 93.69, double top held, and we'll see how that shapes up. If this stays above this previous area here, I think that's, it's going back to that red bar high all the way there, and all the way back there. This could still just consolidate and move up, but it is, pretty overbought here. XOP backing off as well, and OIH backing off, although it is off of the lows. We'll see what kind of pattern this puts in. Again, if the 20 MA catches up, it can go higher. So just be aware of that with these energy plays. CCJ up 22 cents. Again, possible lower high there. If that gets confirmed, we take out the 200, we're going to 37.50. URNM holding up. Again, nothing's changed there, just big picture backing and filling. Nat gas was flat today on the K. The J contract got crushed. This is the last day that it's going to be trading, so it doesn't really matter. The K contract is new, and you're going to see it basically didn't do anything. So it's up, or it's down a penny. I'm still looking for one more low here, and then it starts to get interesting to me. But not until then. Dollar index holding up okay. If this consolidates, it can go higher. I'm impressed with the move it had last week, as I've said many times. Gold, this also rolled over. You can look at the K, but it's going to look a little weird because it's kind of fresh. Pattern's fine there, but again, not much to make out of it. Trend is up. It's holding up okay. If we lose 2150, though, it's going back to 21 and then 2075. Silver a little bit weaker, right? Testing 2450 here. You'll have a little speed bump at 24, and then 2350 is your bigger level. What I like about silver is the SIL down 17 cents, but the SILJ just down 4, and it only just went red, right? So it was only, or excuse me, well, okay, so it went red in the mid-morning. It was green for a good chunk of the morning, though, and as opposed to silver, which was red pretty much all day outside of this little pop that it got in the overnight. So again, outperformance from junior miners, that's not a bearish indicator by any stretch. Platinum gapping up, but down $1. That's contract. Palladium down 1%. Again, nothing's changed. Copper, just want to get down to my level here. I'm kind of neutral on it right now. It could bounce up really quickly, maybe at about 408. If it doesn't, then it's going to go down and pierce that 20 MA. I would really like 395 for a bounce play. But again, it's just pulling back after that big thrust that we had over the last couple of weeks. So Bitcoin here is still hanging in there. So yeah, just inched higher a little bit today. No problems here. ETH down a little bit. Some of the alts are still fine. I don't see any problems here. Again, I would still like to see a close, weekly close above 69.80. Until that happens, just a little bit of a like door that's open, right, for like more of a bear kind of move. It's a detail, but it's an important one. But right now, outside of that, you have a big move, right, and now you're just going sideways. Ask yourself, is that bearish? The answer is obviously no. Until that changes, it's still just holding up here. So. All right, so let's flip over here. Let's just double check here. About 330. We'll see if we get a little bit more of a fade. If we can get down to 5,200, I think that's probably a good area to buy the dip, even if it's just for a day trade. I don't think we're going to get too far from 52.25, at least not today. But again, this whole move here is just backing and filling. Let's not make too much more out of it. If volume picks up and we sell on volume, that changes things. But right now, there's no participation. The only data we've got this week is GDP on Thursday, really. And then we have PCE on Friday, but the market is closed for that. So it looks to me like most of the big boys are on vacation. And again, unless volume comes back, let's not make too much out of this price action here and, try to overanalyze things yet. So anyways, that's going to wrap up here. You guys take care. Come find me on CarnivoreTrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.